Last in the Constructors' Championship with a car barely able to scrape into the points, and finishing the year with only 8. However, by next season, Williams were able to jump from being the back marker of all back markers to 7th in the Constructors and a highest qualifying position of all. But this does lend itself to the question of, where do Williams plan to go next? Williams' history is full of achievement. They got their first World Championships just 3 years into their F1 career in 1980, with driver Alan Jones becoming Drivers' Champion for Williams and grabbing the Constructors. And from there, it was many years of success for Williams, with them achieving 9 Constructors' World Championships and 7 Drivers' World Championships, with drivers like Piquet, Mansell, Prost, Hill, and Villeneuve. But from 1997 onwards, things were never quite the same. Sure, throughout the 2000s and into the 2010s, Williams was still a force to be reckoned with. Their last race win being at the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix with Pastor Maldonado. The problem, as recent information from James Vowles suggests, is that Williams struggled with upgrading their facilities in this time, leading to performance going backwards. It all really came to a head in 2018, where Williams went from finishing 5th in the Constructors with 83 points the year prior to dead last with 7 points. So what did they do? Well, 2018 and onwards for Williams was a struggle, with 2020 really being the low point for them. Within that year, the team not even being able to score a single point. 2021 was a small resurgence for the team, with them being able to finish 8th, but was overshadowed by team founder Frank Williams' death in November of that year. Again, in 2022, Williams struggled, with Albon, Latifi, and De Vries only able to score 8 points between themselves, giving them a solid last in the championship with a 27-point gap to AlphaTauri in front. But in 2023, Williams brought in James Vowles to try and lead the team in a new direction. And this season, things have gone well. So what has Vowles been doing to change the Williams direction? First of all, there was a 2020 buyout. And finally, Williams had some investors willing to put money into the team and push them forward. This also seems to have helped the team secure more sponsors on the car as well, which has finally given them the funding they needed, whereas over the past couple years before that, they had been in a survival mode. The thing is, James Vowles doesn't have a long-term plan, with him saying that 5-year plans are remarkably meaningless in Formula 1. This is due to the unpredictable nature of the sport. Vowles has stated that any plan really over the length of 3 years is just impossible to predict. But both him and the Williams board of directors understand that due to the facilities they are lacking, it's going to be a long process to get back to the front of the field. Vowles is determined to make this project work. He's setting smaller but more meaningful milestones to push the car forward. For example, in Canada of this year, Williams brought an upgrade package which worked well for Albon, giving him P7 in that race. This led to, instead of them bringing much more in upgrades for 2023, Williams and Vowles set their eyes on a new target to build on those developments over winter and now push Williams to be better for 2024. I think this unique but realistic approach for Williams is going to work well, but they need the drivers to do it. And do they have this? Alex Albon has no doubt been on form this year, seeming to be really able to maximize that Williams car and now put up a classic Alex Albon defense if needed to score some points. As well as this, Albon seems very committed to Williams. As a driver who's been through the Red Bull ringer, which has left him without a race seat before, despite him not really getting a good chance to prove himself, as he was a younger driver fighting an arguably prime Max Verstappen, Williams offering him Russell's seat once he left was really a career save for Albon, and this has made him willing to work with the team for a longer time, as well as the great environment the team seems to have, which can be demonstrated by Vowles' willingness to aid in Logan Sargent's driver development and be patient with the rookie, as the team just needs a strong, consistent racing driver to back Alex up, which would really help Williams to push forward with upgrades. It's interesting to see the different philosophies teams have. For example, Otmar Safnauer did have that 5-year plan with Alpine, saying he was going to get them back at the front, but this clearly didn't work with the management firing him in 2023. So hopefully, Vowles' unique approach will see Williams back at the top. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe. We are going for 50,000 subscribers. Goodbye!